Hello guys, and welcome back again to another amazing episode, and this is the Diaspora transition episode. As you guys already know, I love to speak with people who moved back from the diaspora and currently living on the continent, doing business or even visiting. We ask them, why did you decide to leave America, US, Canada, and other places to visit Ghana? On this episode, we have here someone very special. He's an entrepreneur, the CEO of Cashew Daddy, and I have him right here on the show. So without further ado, welcome on the show.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm happy to be here. I've been watching you on the internet. I gotta say, congratulations for all the good work you've been doing. Interviewing us from the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for my chance to be out here with you. You feel me?
No problem. I got you, bro. So I've heard a lot about you. We met in a couple of meetings. Your business that I, knew about before, getting to know yourself is Cashew Daddy. Yeah. Where you've rebranded cashew nuts and stuff like that. But people are watching you for the first time. Before we dive into it, can you briefly introduce yourself to the diasporans and the people watching around the world who have never seen you before?
Definitely, no problem at all. Yo, my name is Monty. Everybody knows me as Gusto. Besides Cashew Daddy, I'm a music administrator. I'm a character in a viral web series called Respect Life. You can check that out on YouTube. Over 30 million views. I'm into a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? Just growing up in Brooklyn, went to Tilden High School, played basketball, just made me really a world traveler. I went from Brooklyn to Florida. A lot of people know me in Miami also. A lot of people know me for music though. That's what they really know me for. And with music, I've been dealing with this for a lot of years, probably approaching 20 years. And it's been from one thing to the next. I first started with, street teams and dealing with music in that respects. And then I got into radio promotions, and a good friend of mine, became a radio personality on the same station as DJ Khaled. So I was able to, plug songs and get songs onto the radio. That led me to managing labels and managing artists through the years. And music has just always been there. It's been like up and down. I've learned a lot in business from music, but yeah, man.
I like that.
That's some of the things that I've been dealing with. You know what I mean? Besides that, I'm a licensed pharmacy technician. A lot of people know me for that also. Wow. So yeah, I've been busy in the U.S. And I think a lot of the things that I've learned, I'm just able to transition it over here in Ghana and make things happen.
I like that. So you grew up in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, New York, yeah.
Wow, how was life like growing up in Brooklyn?
Man, Brooklyn. You ever seen Everybody Hates Chris? You ever seen that episode? Yeah. It's just like that growing up in Brooklyn. From a young age, it's a melting pot. So you got, different areas. You got Italians. You got a lot of Caribbeans. You got your Africans too. So, it was like a melting pot growing up and, what can I say? When you growing up in Brooklyn, it's a lot of stereotypes about Brooklyn, but I say like...
What are some of the stereotypes?
Some of the stereotypes is like people are wild from Brooklyn, they may do something crazy to you. It's really ghetto in Brooklyn, it's dirty. I don't say that at all, you know what I'm saying? Brooklyn right now has been heavily gentrified, so I would say that Brooklyn is definitely a place that's home for me. So, I don't really see those things, but so many great people came out of Brooklyn, right? You know what I'm saying? So us as Brooklynites, we're very proud people. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to all my Brooklyn peoples, you know what I'm saying? We out here, stop playing.
So I want to ask you though, you live in Brooklyn and coming on the journey of Africa, how did you, come about? What triggered that move back for you?
That's a good question, man. Thank you. That's a good question. I love to share this story. So for me, I didn't come to Africa on some return to Africa, you know what I'm saying? Proud brother, black fist, none of that. I didn't come here on that. I came to Africa because the label that I worked for, they signed artists in Ghana. And when they signed artists in Ghana, when I got involved with the project, it was so interesting to me, I was familiar with Afro beats, but I wasn't in no Afro beat parties. Maybe if I was in, the party that I was in, the club, maybe they'll play a little bit of, Afro beats. But when I got involved with the project, the music was incredible, right? And I wanted to know, what are they making music on? So I'm listening to artists in Brooklyn, in America, and I'm hearing this music that the label's working with, and it's very good. And I wanted to understand, like, what are they making music on? Like, where they getting equipment from, right? The ignorance. So I'm like, what are they making music on, right? You know, the thing in my head is like these rudimentary, you know what I mean? But so, you know, I asked the questions, come to find out that, you know, saying the artist himself had his own studio. So, you know what I mean? So those things that made me really interested in it. So I kind of like, you know, made a quick negotiation with the label, like, yo, you know, if we can get him a show, would y'all pay for me? Would y'all look out for me to go out there? And yeah, that's what happened. And when we got him his first show, January the 4th, boom, I came to Ghana. That was exactly 2020, January 4th, 2020. I was on a plane December 31st, 2019, showed up in Ghana January 1st, and it was a party, a straight party from the time I came off the plane. Yo, buck wild. I mean, I went to an all-white party, and that was like I was only off the plane maybe like 6 hours. Wow. That was incredible.
You were partying.
What I was partying. It was a really dope party, because even in America, I hadn't partied till daybreak in a lot of years. That was the first time I came in. First night I'm partying. It was daybreak outside, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, light outside. You know. So yeah, that was my intro to, you know what I'm saying, Ghana, and you know what I mean. And that's how it all started.
Regardless of the stereotype you had about Ghana, let's address the stereotype and misconception you had about Ghana or Africa before coming. You had your own misconception.
So, you know, it wasn't anything that I heard per se, but when you're young, growing up in America, right, especially in urban cities, there's these commercials. I think people heard these stories already. There's these commercials that you see, you feel me, bro? And those commercials are, you know, kids with flies, you know what I'm saying? Kids with flies, big bellies, you know, and those images for us, you know, stereotypically allows us to be like, yo, I'm not that. I'm not African, you feel me? I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from, you know, the island somewhere.
Wow.
And because of those stereotypes, you know, Africa wasn't a place for me growing up that I would say I want to be there. It probably was more of like a bucket list, if anything, as I got older. But, you know, the places that you see Hawaii, you see, you know, Paris, you see all of this on TV, and those are the places, you know what I'm saying, that we gravitate to, and that I was gravitating to before, you know, getting involved in this project.
So if it's not because of the music label and then all those things, you might have probably not come to Africa.
It would have been a bucket list, you know, it would have been a bucket list situation. You know, I probably wouldn't have, you know, just because, you know, usually in the US we're seeing images of France and Mexico, Hawaii, you know, South Beach. So these are the things that we were gravitating to, you know what I mean? Not very many people in my circle, you know what I'm saying, was really talking about, you know, oh, let's go to Africa, go see what it is, vacation. That wasn't a vacation spot at all.
Wow, now you said something that after the whole project thing, you couldn't go back. It's like you want more.
Yeah, so let me tell you, so when I came in 2020, right, I came in 2020 and we were dealing with the music, you know, the label was first feet on Africa. So we did a lot of work with the music, and then COVID broke out. So COVID broke out, it was around February, March. So in the middle of February, you know, I was getting calls, yo, you need to come back, you know what I mean? Some kind of thing is going on. And I went back to the US, and when I went back, you know, COVID was, you know, it broke out. We was in the middle of a pandemic, and you know, with my pharmacy license, you know, that had me back out there busy. But, you know, I went back, and I just had a yearning, you know what I'm saying, to get back to the continent. You know, it was just some of the things that I experienced, you know, such natural food, and you know, there's a lot of likeness between the cultures that we don't know about, right? As for, you know, my parents are from South America. You know, my mother knows about her Ghana roots. So, you know, there's a lot of things that I seen, you know, words, and I just had a yearning to come back. After I came here in 2021 and I left, you know, after I came in 2020 and I left, when I came back, it was like still 2020. And I came back actually, so I left February and I came back in November of 2020.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The same year.
The same year. The borders opened up, I think September or August or something like that. 2 months after that, I was on a plane back. So when I came back this time, of course, it was about music also, but I was really looking forward to, you know, getting a place here, because I found out how much the rent was, you know what I mean? I really wanted to just have a place here. I wasn't planning on staying like, even a year. I planned on staying maybe 2-3 months. And I came, I found the place, you know what I'm saying? Very good place, in an estate gated complex. I'll give you a funny story. Like when we went to go find the place, when we drove up on the place, they wouldn't let us in. So the security, I guess security was like, they had to call to find out, who you are. So the people, I was with some Ghanaians and they were super upset that, they wouldn't let us in. But I'm just sitting there watching and like, this is the type of place I want to live at. So long story, I ended up getting a place over there. It's still in the greater Accra area. So I'm in the Accra area. And I got the place. I think I was here for maybe about 5 months or something like that, and I left. You know what I mean? I ended up going back, and then when I came back the next time, I was like, I'm gonna try to be here for, a little while longer. You know what I mean? I wanted to be here for at least a year. So I've had the same place now for almost 2 to going on 3 years. And yeah, man, Ghana's home now, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. Now, before you came for the first time, even though it was for business and work, did you know anyone here?
Yeah, facts. I did know one person. I knew one person. I have a family member that moved here, you know what I'm saying? And he was here doing this thing. He had some technology that he came to Ghana with. So that's the only person that I knew. But I actually hadn't spoken to him before I came here. And of course, I knew the artist also, right? So I knew the artist just on phone, though, not actually knowing him. Yeah, so I really didn't know anybody here besides that one family member that was here doing whatever he was doing.
Okay, now let me ask you, when you touched down in the airport, Accra airport, and you saw the airport, you stepped out from the plane, what was the feeling like, though? Facts.
I think I had the same feeling like everybody else, you know what I mean? Get off the plane, come outside, kiss the ground, you feel me? I had one of those feelings like, I'm here. I'm one of the only people in my family really to make it back. You know what I'm saying? I think I had one aunt to make it to Africa. Besides that, in my immediate family, I was the only person really to make it back.
Really?
So yeah, it was a big deal. My immediate circle, people was looking at me like, you going to Africa? Dealing with the music is a different vibe, but I would say that not a lot of people, had aspirations to come to Africa. Everybody's looking at me like, why you want to go out there? Besides the music, people know I deal with the music, but it was a big deal to me.
So you had pushbacks, your mom and friends and family, they were saying some stuff?
Nah. My mom understood it was about the music, so she was 100% down with me, you know what I'm saying? So the people that I would say would be probably like my immediate family, my daughters had concerns, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, just simple concerns. Some friends had concerns too, like be careful, zebras in the street. These silly type of things that we think about in America, like they got malls there, you know what I mean? Of course they got malls. So, these are things that we don't know. So we deal with a lot of stereotypes coming from the US. We don't understand what's really going on over here. But I was on a mission to figure it out.
I like that. Now you've been here for almost 1 year and how many months now?
So I've been here 1 year, going on 4 months, 3 to 4 months.
What has been your challenges? Things that hassles and bustles?
Man. So, there's definitely challenges. I say some of my challenges would be to understand the culture, right? You can say something or you can do something that's just against the culture. So, those are some of the things that was a challenge, So, you want to greet a person first, right? Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
And, sometimes as Americans, we just get straight into a conversation. Like, you know where this spot is over here? We're here. You need to be like, my pancho, please, how are you today? Do you know where the spot is? Certain things you hear people talk about. Those are things we had to learn, coming from the inner city. You just get to it. You get in a conversation like, bro, what else? I would say, trying to figure it out because, Ghana's not a place where you want to come to have a job, right? So me, on my mission on this time I came here was to be able to do at least a year or more. So, you can really go through money out here. Money go like butter against the sun, out in Ghana. So what you really want to do is kind of find a way, what it is that you're going to do. And it wasn't easy at first, right? That was a challenge, right? Kind of figuring out how you gonna, make that money every day, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though you got a nest egg, but that could run out for you. So for me, it was really about figuring that out, And And I feel like I did, with the Cashew Daddy brand. But I did a lot, you know what I'm saying, coming here in Ghana. I was digging for gold and all of that, man.
Really?
Excavators and all that word, renting excavators. I had a business partner from the US also. And that was a learning experience. It wasn't any gold in it, so nobody don't hit me up talking about, yo son, you got the gold. Yeah, it wasn't any gold in the ground, but I could say this, that there was a mineral in the ground, right? And it did have a worth to it. So I would say anybody coming to Ghana or Africa, you really want to kind of figure out what it is that you're looking to do. The one thing I would say about Ghana and Africa is that you are at the source. So anything that you're looking to produce, you're at the source. It's here in its natural form. I mean, I was in in an area here in Ghana where it was all rubber trees. I'm talking about miles and acres of raw rubber.
The Western region.
A lot of people don't even know that there's a rubber tree, like really rubber that we use, right, comes from an actual tree, a rubber tree. So, I believe there's a lot of opportunity for us coming from the US.
Okay.
And we see it.
Yeah. Now you started Cashew Daddy. Let's talk about how did it come about though.
So Cashew Daddy, good question. You know what I'm saying? A good story. I never had a product before outside of probably street products. You know what I mean? But yeah. So for the most part, Cashew Daddy started from just a love of cashews. You know what I'm saying? I love cashews. Listening to your intuition. Being an entrepreneur. You always seeing something and you see an opportunity to possibly, make some money from it. So when I seen, that there was a lack of cashews just in my area that I live in here in Ghana, it kind of dawned on me. And I said, you know what? I did some research, went online, found out that there are a whole area where cashews come from here in Ghana. Went ahead, did some research, found out where it was, made 2 phone calls. Next thing I know, I'm on I'm on a trip to, this region, the Buna region here in Ghana. And I was able to meet with the cooperative president, and work out a deal with them in regards to, getting these cashews. And I can tell you that, I never thought that, I'll be leaving that meeting with 100 pounds of cashews. But I did, and so basically I came back to Accra with 100 pounds of cashews, and it was like, how do I put this together? I really thought I would have to source a lot of these things from the US or China. But so happens, a lot of people think that you're in Africa or you're in Ghana, it's not advanced. And everything was here. Everything was here for me to put together the product. I mean, from labeling to the plastics, to seals for the bottles, the whole 9. So I was able to put together the product, and after that, it was just about trying to find stores that was willing to take it. And being a hustler, coming from the US, in New York, you understand that, you just got to get out there and get with the people. And that's what I did, I went out there, I got with the people, and I could tell you, it's a blessing to be in Ghana as an American and dealing with, Ghanaians, because it's mostly Ghanaian businesses that I'm dealing with. And yeah, man, it's been great. That's how we started, man, with the whole Cashew Daddy.
I like that. And you're doing great. I've seen your products everywhere. I came to Jigsaw and you have your products on there. How are you adapting though, living in an advanced society, infrastructure-wise, and coming to a place where it's still under construction?
Yeah.
So how do you adapt and how do you,
So I could tell you that, for me, it's all about just like adapting in a way where you embrace that everything's kind of new to you. I couldn't come to Africa and be like, oh, this is not like America and that's not like America. The truth is, for me, it was advanced, it's an advanced place. Right now we're in a beautiful mall, rooftop restaurant. So, these are the type of things I'm kind of used to in the US. So it's not like it was that far off. So a lot of people tell me this is my motto. In Ghana, you could come out here and you could try to, find something that's just gonna pop real quick for you. It's not like that. For me, it's not like that. And, I've made a lot of fast money in my day, right? But, I believe that, if you find the right niche for yourself, and I believe that I found a good niche for myself with Cashew Daddies, after maybe about 2 weeks of doing this, you know what I mean, just plugging away, going to stores in my local area, you know, I got a contract, you know what I'm saying, with a chain store for 13 stores. And I believe it's just relationship building and believing in what you do. And we have a certain hustle coming from America. Not everybody does, but we have a certain hustle where we understand that we can relate with people, especially coming from New York. I believe that, you know, we got a lot of character. So, you know, I just brought, you know what I'm saying, you know, all my energy, all my character to the product, you know, going out, meeting people, you know what I'm saying? And even like when, you know, meeting you know, the owner of Jerk Soul, where we at right now. So I just believe, you know, if you can be a person and you got that energy and you can talk with people, then you'll make it in Ghana, because Ghana is trending. You know what I mean?
So let's send the message to, you know, the brothers in Brooklyn right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you grow up different. You know what I'm saying? You're on the street, like you said. You know, people want to come out of that and then really, you know, do something different, like you've done for yourself. If a brother is watching from Brooklyn right now, and you do have an advice based on your experience of life and stuff like that, what would that advice be?
Yo, what I would say to anybody in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, Miami, where y'all may know me from, you know, we're coming from inner cities, you know, urban cities, and we learned a lot. We're streetwise, you know what I mean? We understand the hustle, you know what I mean? You know, so if you have that with you, Ghana is a place that you will thrive. You will find your way. You understand? I believe that us as the diaspora here in Africa, we need to bring those skill sets. And with those skill sets, I believe that all of us need to have a product or a service so that we can impact Africa and impact Ghana in a way where, you know, other races impacted other, you know what I mean, societies, right? We know what's going on and what, you know, the Asians are doing all over the world. And I believe that we have an opportunity to do that here in Africa as the diaspora, right? We have really good, we see it. We grow up in a place where it's advanced and we know what marketing is because we're being marketed to all the time, right? We're dealing with products because we're buying products all the time. So Ghana is a place and Africa is a place that you can come to. You can start product and service and know that you're probably maybe the very first to start it. You know, I'm the only African American dealing, I think, with I'm a born African American. I don't have Ghanaian background per se, but from what I know, dealing with my growers and the farmers that I deal with, they told me I'm the only African American that ever came here and that deals with cashews. So I'm happy to be, you know, in that, you know, that level.
Do you believe it's possible to make it in Africa?
I believe it's possible to make it in Africa. Y'all gonna see me do it with Cashew Daddy, I'm telling you. But yeah, I believe it's possible to, you know what I'm saying, make it in Africa. You know, there's many different African countries, but what I love about Ghana is that it's progressive and it's almost like a tourist place right now. So for me, with the product, you know, I have a lot of people that's hitting me up that's leaving here with my product. So that's what I like about Ghana, you know what I mean? It's good economy, you know what I'm saying? For me, you know, the economy's changed a lot here, but for me, it's still strong in the face of Africa. So that's why I like, you know, the opportunities here in Ghana.
So let's say someone is moving back to the continent and they are looking for business opportunities. You've been here for almost 1.4 months now, right? Yeah. What would be some business advice that you give to people out there who are looking to invest in Africa or Ghana?
So definitely I would say agriculture. You know, besides cashews, there's many different agricultural projects that you could get into. You know, skincare, because, you know, shea butter is here, clay is here, right, for skin masks. All of these things are here. And what else I would say, the opportunities? Real estate, definitely real estate. You know, if you're looking to, you know, get Airbnbs, you know, I would say, you know, building, you know, getting land here. There's not very many places in the country, in the world, that you could buy land, but Africa and Ghana is one of those places. So I would say definitely real estate, products, certain services. If you're dealing with the arts, you know, video like what you're doing. These are things that, you know, if you're doing studios, you know, if you know there's a need for these things right now, podcast studios, recording studios, you know what I'm saying, with really good equipment that, you know, you can do different things. So it's wide open. I believe that Ghana is trending. It's what they would say an emerging market. So because it's an emerging market, you'll be one of the first in between some of these things that you'll be looking to do. So yeah, you know what I mean? Emerging market, whenever you hear that word, know that that's the place to be.
That's amazing. Now, if you're given the chance, right, to change something about Africa or Ghana, what would that be?
What would I change about it? I would change probably, let's see here, what would I change? I would change, you know, probably the way that people approach business. I think on the continent, you know, it's their traditional way. You know, go to school. You know, the parents pay for their kids to go to school, then they go to college, or then they may go to the U.S. I believe that there's so much opportunity with all of the raw materials and things that are here in Africa that we need to be able to take advantage of that. We should be able to, you know, see these raw materials, see these opportunities, and form businesses and products, right? And I believe that's the way to kind of change the continent.
I like that.
Yeah,
now, has it been worth it for you since you moved back there?
You better believe it, man. It's been great, you know. I left America, you know, in the middle of filming. You know, like I said, I'm in a viral web series called Respect Life on YouTube. So, you know, I wouldn't have left there if I didn't feel the opportunities were good here. You know what I mean? I thank God for, you know, having good friends and, you know, people that I work with, you know what I mean, to, you know, film me before I left. But yeah, this opportunity has been great here in Ghana, you know, forming this product, you know, doing the music with the peoples that I've come across. I wouldn't give it up for anything else. I'll tell you the truth, this is home for me, you know what I mean? I actually don't want to leave here, you know what I mean? But you know, to have an opportunity to go back and forth, just to kind of regroup and kind of like, you know what I'm saying, reposition my opportunities here, yeah, that's what it's about.
Thank you so much for talking.
Daddy in the building, you know what I mean? We've come a long way, you know. It's been 8 months since we've been doing this. You know, we started with this. We started with the 150 gram bottle, right? This is the original one. This is what started everything. And we definitely want to thank everybody that supported us right in the beginning. But 8 months ago, this was the very first bottle that we started. It was the only one that we had. And this is the one that started all the magic. So, you know, it's a special affinity to this 150 gram bottle because she was the first. Thank you. All right, so then, you know, we moved on to the 100 gram bottle, right? This 100 gram bottle, this was definitely, you know, a step up for us, you know, just kind of just being innovative, seeing what was out in the market. And I got to tell you that everything that we source right here in Ghana, right? From the cashews down to the plastic, down to the bottles, the labels, everything is sourced right here in Ghana. So this is 100% Ghana made product. So yeah, you know, this was our second label, like our second brand of product. And you know, this also, you know, is really dope. It's a really good value and a good seller for us. So you know, and each bottle has our mission statement. So basically our mission is to source our cashews right here from Ghana, from the cooperative of cashew farmers right here in Ghana. So that's our mission, right? So we help to supply jobs and, you know, help families make a good living, right? So yeah, that's our mission, Ghana made. So then we went ahead and we moved on to the snack pack. So if you could take a look at that, this is the snack pack, you know what I'm saying? The only person on the market doing it like this in Ghana. But this is our snack pack, right? Basically, this is a really good product for us. Also, one of our product lines. It's a 40 gram snack pack. And it's really for that person that, you know what I'm saying, you want a healthy snack, you want to be on the move. This is it for you, you know what I mean? It's a resealable bag so that, you know, when you eat it, you can seal it up if you don't want to finish all of them. And it's a quick snack on the run. So this was one of our latest line of products that we came out with. Again, this comes in the roasted and also in the raw. But Cashew Daddy snack pack. And then we got this is probably one of our latest lines that we came out with. This is the 160 gram snack pack bag, right? And this right here is really doing well for us and we feel good about it. Actually, this packaging we do source outside of Ghana. And also this packaging also, these are the only two packaging that we source outside of Ghana. Hopefully, you know what I mean, we can be able to source it in Ghana soon enough. But yeah, this is the Cashew Daddy 160 gram bag. This is for the cashew lover. And this is the bags that I eat, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a cashew lover. But you know what I mean? It's pretty much, our product is everywhere, you know what I mean? Pretty much where we can get it to. For anybody that loves cashews, you know, you can hit us up at cashewdaddygh@gmail.com. Or, you know, you can just look us up, you know, the cashewdaddybrand.com. You know what I mean? To get yours.
If you do have a final message for the people watching from the diaspora, US,
Facts.
UK, Brooklyn, everywhere, what would that message be?
Yo, this is Gusto the Great, man. I want y'all to definitely follow the Cashew Daddy brand. You know what I mean? If you see that logo right there, that means you're at the right place. So basically the Cashew Daddy brand on IG, Cashew Daddy GH. You can also hit us up at cashewdaddygh@gmail if you want to get in contact with us. Also the .com, the cashewdaddybrand.com. Again, the cashewdaddybrand.com. And I basically just want to tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, definitely the continent right now in Ghana is a hotbed. It's definitely going down. If you're not here and you're not dealing with this, you're gonna be behind. And 5 years from now, you're gonna hear people talking about, yo, I got property, I got businesses going on in the continent. So definitely get with that. Yo, definitely follow me also on the music page. That's Versus Music TV on IG. And yeah, man, you know, hit me up, you know what I mean? Cashew Daddy on IG or Versus Music if you have any questions, anything you want to know about the continent. But yo, the Cashew Daddies right now, that's what's popping.
All right, man, thank you so much for one time. Now, guys, if you did enjoy this episode, my name is Hayford, and I'm a cinematographer, content creator, and I do this, you know, full time. I love to speak with diaspora moving to the continent, ask them their challenges like you already experienced. And if this episode is something you would love to keep watching, I want you to subscribe to the page, share to friends and family too, comment down below. Let's get some engagement going. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and it's been a wonderful episode. So let's say bye-bye today.
All right, cool. My name is Gusto the Great. You are watching the Diaspora Transition episode on Webnation Africa.